Good evening. We're a little bit late this week, but we're back. Sunday night, where the hour sleep? It's the Parliament. Stocky back again. How has your weekend been? To be fair, your weekend hasn't been spoilt by West Ham this week because it was technically still the week when it happened. Oh, who's
You
frozen?
fucking daft, mate.
Oh,
I gotta be brave. I'm gonna try and put a smiley face on it for everyone. I'm
okay.
sure you'll ask me at some point how angry I really am.
Yes, of course, of course. We've got to get to that. It's part of the show.
Yeah, what my weekly anger section?
Yeah, of course.
It's gonna be a long 9 months, mate. If we're doing that, I want a jingle and everything.
As always on the Parliament, it's more than just me and Stocks. Not as many of us this week, but Samir is here with us. How's it going, Samir? You good, bro?
Yes, I'm all good, man. Yeah, I'm not angry.
Yeah, we know you're not angry.
I'm not angry, but it's only been 2 games in it, so yeah, give it some time. Give it some
Yeah,
time.
yeah. There'll be some rage. Be
There'll
some
be
rage
some
coming
rage,
along.
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Right, before we get into fixtures, results, what's been going on in the Premier League, let's do transfers. And as I started looking at this, I didn't realize how many clubs have been active over the last sort of 2 weeks when we haven't done it. So we've got a little bit of a bumper transfer show. Hopefully the images come up clear enough because it was a bit of a rush job. But we're going to start here. Leeds, Okafor, Calvert Lewin, they're in. They're through the door. They're signed. It's done. How do you feel this strengthens them as a team?
Go on, Samir. I mean, you watched them in very close quarters yesterday.
uh, yeah. Well, he came on, didn't it? I think he was on the bench. Calvin Lewin didn't, but yeah. I don't know. It's quite strong. I don't know. I like it for someone like Leeds. I think that them two could play a part. Watch like I said, what like Stock said, I watched them yesterday. They are a good, I'd say, ball playing team. I think once everything settles, all the players are in, and the transfer market's closed. I think Leeds could go very far. But yeah, to the transfers. Um, yeah, I've seen what's his name play for AC Milan a few times. Um, good player. Good player. Calvin Lewin. I don't know, man. Injuries in it. Injuries have let him down a lot. This in the last what 3 years, 3 seasons, I'd say. So yeah, I think they've done well in the transfer market so far. What about you, Stocks?
Mm, um, I think it's a bit the same as Calvin Lewin at Everton. You just need to get him on the park. I mean, at times yesterday, you would say Leeds were desperate for someone to just hold the ball up at times, just
Yeah,
to help them get out a bit.
that was missing.
Uh,
Yeah,
and he'd definitely be able to provide that. But you got to say you got to get him on the park first, haven't you?
yeah.
But I don't really know much about the other bloke, to be honest. I can only really comment on Calvert Lewin. I thought it would be the kind of in Wilson instead. But I've always liked. I really rated Calvin Lewin when he was young, but unfortunately, them injuries just.
Yeah, it's held him back. I'd say.
I think we've
So
lost stocks for a second there, but yeah, I'd agree with most of that. Calvert Lewin definitely falls into the Callum Wilson category for me. Um, Good player. If you can get him on the pitch, get him fit and firing, you've got. I think that would benefit Leeds
he runs a
somewhat
lot.
as well.
He
Yeah, he
runs.
runs a lot. He's big. Even from the set pieces yesterday, where Leeds seemed to be struggling a little bit, I think they'll do have a bit of benefit from there. But
Um,
again, we said it earlier when in the window when we saw sort of like a few signings from some of the teams that
tidy.
they're actually giving it a go.
Mm,
They're all giving it a go, and they all seem to be making signings that look like they could be decent. To be fair, so
exactly.
that said, we'll roll into the next another one of the promoted sides, which is Sunderland. They've signed Mazuaku,
Ah,
um, Gui from Chelsea, and also Nordi Mukiele, I think his name is, and he's from ESG. He came on Super Cup, I think, and he looked the player. So
Oh,
again, Sunderland are again, they're another side giving it a go.
mm. Is it too much though? I think like when promoters teams come up and they do that whole yeah we'll sign 10, 10 plus players. It doesn't always work, and I
It
think
doesn't always work, but then you see some teams that kind of stand still and don't do enough, and you're like, right, what are you even going to do in the league now? You're literally come up with a championship side, and the
yeah,
gap's so big now. Like, look at what Forest did. They came up side a bag load, took their
yeah,
points deduction and their little fine that they got for spending too much money, but
mm,
it's done them in good stead.
yeah,
So I think that's it's kind of half the
Mm.
way you've got to go now.
And
You've
then
got to try and overspend
yeah,
and get in quality to keep you up. I think.
yeah. That's the difference, isn't it? It's the quality. I think nowadays when you're signing these players, it's not like random players. It's actually names that we actually know and heard of. So yeah, I think that there's a difference between how these lot are doing it now and how a few promoted teams used to do it back in the day. You sign 10 random players, but yeah, I think Sunderland I've done it well. I think Leeds have done well with the numbers and names that they've brought in.
on another one, oh, sorry. I was going to say, on another one with Sunderland signing all these players, a couple of years ago, when Burnley come up the previous time, they
Yeah,
spent a lot of money, got a lot of players in, sort of like young, talented players from across the continent.
mm,
And despite going down and having a really, really tough season in the Prem under company, they still sold quite a few of those at profit because they're in the Premier League window and
yeah,
other teams saw them and they've still made money. Like they sold one to Tottenham, who hardly played for them, and things like it. So it's almost kind of you're preempting the going down, but
oh yeah,
you're getting these players on what you feel's value that could keep you up. And if you don't, they're Premier League players. So you'd think, unless they really have a stinker,
mm,
you're going to sell them at a higher markup.
yeah, that's
So maybe they
Yeah.
just going for it, going for the gamble, and hoping that even if they even if say like they just go down at the last day of the season, everyone would look at the XYZ player and go, well, they've done quite well. Maybe right, we've got a more structured side or a side used to it. Maybe they can do something for us, and then
yeah,
they'll make their money back, if not more.
Yeah, that's a fair point. To be fair, it's just like an educated gamble, hoping that they keep them up. If not, they could potentially flip them for a little bit more money, and then
that's
have another attack if they come back up again.
mm,
But we're gonna go 3 from 3
Hmm.
promoted sides. Burnley. Uh, this is Broja, the Bravkar, and is it Ugo Chukwu? Or is
oh
it the other one?
Chelsea
No. Yeah, it is. It's Ugo Chukwu
from Chelsea, yeah,
from Chelsea. So again, we spoke about the 3 promoted sides, yeah. So we've got Chelsea, they've signed in players from Newcastle, West
mm,
Ham, well, was at West Ham. I think he came in from somewhere in Italy as a Waku. Then you've got they've signed players from AC Milan, PSG. So it's not like they're just gambling on players that have been nowhere.
yeah, they're at big clubs,
Yeah, big
yeah,
clubs, played with good players, so they should have a bit about them. So I'm liking all of the business that these teams have done so far, to be
yeah,
fair.
same,
I I think obviously I know a bit more about these Burnley players, and I think they're all like really solid signings. Brocha's had some injuries, but I remember a couple of years ago when he was on loan at Southampton, he looked really handy. And when strikers have that bit of edge about them, bit of arrogance, bit overly physical sometimes, putting it about. He really had that, and then he had them injuries, and it kind of really spoiled momentum. Hopefully, he can find it again for Burnley.
Yeah,
no, I
he's
reckon,
got a touch of who is it? The Mitrovic and sort of the Arnautovic
yeah,
about him, hasn't he? He's
yeah.
got that kind of sort of attitude with him.
I
Yeah,
found, I
yeah.
think a lot of clubs they take since the Southampton stuff. I think a lot of clubs are taking a gamble with taking him on. Even with Everton, I think that he barely played. He played like what,
Mm.
gosh, 7 games. Um, I'm looking at that. I'm thinking, do I bring him in? Like like he doesn't really have too many appearances. Obviously down to injuries and stuff. So I don't know how he keeps getting these moves.
Well, he's obviously clearly a massively talented guy. I'm not sure
Yeah,
how much I think
Mm.
Burnley might have brought him in on loan, but if they
yeah,
have, it's not a massive fee, so it's kind of not it's not that big of a gamble. He's obviously been talented in the past, so they're like, well, let's see if we can get it back out of him and see
Yeah,
if he's better than
the
what
talent
we've
is
already
there.
got.
The talent is there, but it's just the appearance.
Yeah, I suppose
Like,
you do have to get him on
Mm.
the pitch, but that's the same. We said the
I
similar
think,
with Calvert Lewin as well, though.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
When you're in that position, someone who you know when they're fit can do it in the Premier League,
Mm,
unless there's a question mark around them somewhere, these promoted clubs aren't really going to get a look in, are they?
no, no, that's true.
Because someone else who's already in the league, who's more likely to stay up, is going to be able to offer them a little bit more money. It's probably a little bit more favourable for them, thinking they're going to stay in the Premier a little bit longer. So they have to take these gambles on players that have got a few question marks over their heads.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Do you know what? A perfect example of that was years ago. West Ham got Demba Ba. Like he failed a medical from Hoffenheim because of his knees, and
Yeah,
we had like a clause on him, and I think he got 10 goals, and then Newcastle activated the clause.
yeah. Sorry
Oh,
about that.
oh, wait,
Yeah, it
he
was.
was at West
That
Ham.
was. Yeah,
Yeah,
he went West Ham first. It was you signed him in Jan, didn't you?
yeah,
And then I'm not
yeah.
sure. Was it? Did you get relegated that year, or
Probably.
was it just a fee? I think it might have been a
I
relegation
think it.
clause.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't even
So
remember that.
we signed him for sort of like 6 or 7, and he had a thing that if you go down, I can go for 10, and Newcastle activated it, and he had a couple of good seasons, didn't he?
He
Mm,
was fantastic for
he
us.
was, he was,
He was, and then he went Chelsea,
But
so that shows how
and
good he
Chelsea
was
as
for
yeah,
well.
us.
Yeah, and Chelsea as well.
so again, like you got to obviously that's a gamble that worked out, and
Mm,
that was just off the top of my head. So they are there, but players' fitness is awfully difficult in such a whatever gets a more demanding league
mm,
every year.
exactly.
Yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
100%.
Fingers crossed.
Moving up the table slightly, Everton have got a couple of deals done. Jack Grealish and Dewsbury Hall. I really love the Jack Grealish signing. I haven't seen enough of Dewsbury Hall to comment on it, but I think Jack Grealish is a fantastic bit of business. He got 2 assists today as well.
Yeah.
Mm. Um, I think Dewsbury Hall's a good player. I, I I found the Chelsea one strange. Like obviously he wanted to get out of Leicester because he wants to stay in the Premier League, and I think he's got a solid business from Everton. Not not jaw dropping or anything, but they scream David Moyes players to me. Dewsbury Hall has got good quality and an
Yeah.
excellent engine. He'll cover so much ground and be very selfless what he does. And then Moyes will have a really tight setup, and he's got his little X factor out wide in Grealish. So like, let him, not be as dogged in the defensive shape. Just like when we have got it, I want you to be here and get 1-on-1. It's interesting.
Ah,
Ooh.
welcome, Liam. How's it going, sir? Good to see you this evening.
All
Just
right,
been
mate.
talking about Boniface giving me Denver vibes, failing his medical at Milan. In fairness, there's an image of his knee looking.
That's a great reference.
Hey, yes, we love references like that. Fantastic. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a similar thing. Boniface fail his medical.
Oh,
Someone will take a risk on him, and they will kind of ignore that in the
yeah.
hope that they can get a good deal for him, get him fit, and get a really good player out of him. There was a lot
Yeah.
of noise about Boniface over the last 18 months, and probably this is exactly why there
No.
hasn't been any deals materializing, because teams will know about this from a mile off, and they're just
Mm.
not going to
Mm.
waste their time with medicals, flights, negotiations for him to just for his knee to explode mid medical.
Hmm.
But did it on Everton? Did anybody watch much of the game today?
I watched the other one. I watched Palace and Forest.
Yeah, I watched the majority of Palace and Forest, but I deliberately wanted to see how Grealish played. And for me, he looks like he's rolled back the years already. Like, not just based on the 2 assists. When he's getting his man 1-on-1, he's actually looking to drive line or cut inside and beat him, rather
Hmm.
than having the safety on like he has at Man City for the last 4 years.
Yeah. He's
It
free.
really looks like Moyes has said to him, look, just go at your man.
Yeah.
And with him and, is it Ndai, the other
Yeah.
side,
Hmm. He's
they're going to cause a few
he's
teams some problems.
he's on the Rory good him.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
100%.
do you know what? Like I say, Moyes has a stigma about him, but obviously I watched what he's done in for 4 years at West Ham.
Oh, your internet's moving crazy tonight. Stop.
Like he will leave him to, and he will let Grealish do it. He will let him do it, and it'll be to the benefit of both of them. Unfortunately, it's one of them weird things. I don't know if you know, Mitch. Does he have a bid, like a maximum value at the end of the thing? Obligation to buy. That's what I was trying to get.
I'm not 100% sure on the Grealish one, to be honest. I
Because
doubt
it's
it.
one of
I
them
don't
weird
think I
I
things.
heard.
think it would be more option. I don't think teams will
Mm,
take the obligation with Grealish
Yeah,
because his fee
yeah,
and everything would be
more
way too high for a
yeah.
team like Everton to do that. I
yeah.
think.
Because it's
The
funny, isn't
magic.
it? Because you take like a big name player on loan, and he rediscovers his mojo, and he plays really well, and you think, oh, we'll put a bid in, and the other side will go, oh no, he's doing really well now. We'll slap another 15 million, what we wanted 12 months ago, and you're like,
Yeah,
but
I
then
but
reckon
then
there'll
you,
that's
be an
just the
option.
game.
I reckon there'll be an option in there with a fee attached to
Mm,
the option. The
mm,
one thing I don't think it will be is an obligation, but I still think the fee will be in and around 40 million
mm.
pounds.
Could be appearance based, or sort of like targets. So like 10 assists, whatever, maybe.
Yeah, I'll have
It
a
might
look
be
into
he's
that.
already.
See
might
if
be
I can
layered,
find out if there is anything. Well, while the show's going on, I'll see if I can find out.
because obviously Everton are cool as well. Bit of a weird season at Chelsea. So like he was essentially their Conference League centre
Oh yeah,
midfielder. But
yeah.
he'll get up and down for days, and he's got decent quality. I mean, like I say, he might not be a beater, but do you know what? You've got to be fit as fuck in a Premier League midfield these days, haven't you? And he's definitely that.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a
Good
non-mandatory
option.
option to buy for 50 million pound.
Oh, oh right.
Mm.
So
Well,
I think it's Everton that can choose whether they want to trigger that at the end or whether it
Yeah,
goes back to City.
I think they'll trigger that.
Yeah,
I think that's good work. Man City going to get half their money back on a player they don't want
yeah, yeah.
potentially.
Yeah,
So,
so both.
After getting a few
I,
decent years out of him as well, so they've done well.
do you know what? We might have to make a little tally chart for transfers that make good for all three parties, player and both clubs.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that. What was I going to say? Have you seen the number he's taken as well?
18,
Jack,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Why?
Who else do you
Rooney,
know who wore the 18
Oh, really? Really?
and who else?
Gascoigne.
All right. Yeah, he did say.
Gascoigne, Rooney, and Grealish, all the 18 dog at Everton.
Oh, oh shit! I
Yeah.
forgot about
I think Scott Gemmell had 18 as well, which is nice.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's spot on. Totally agree, Liam. If you get the
yeah,
right runners in and around him and Ndoye, if you
I
get the right
agree.
front man in the middle, then you could see some. I think Everton will throw a few surprises this season. When I was watching them today, I was thinking maybe I've underestimated these this season because I would have had them battle to be top of the bottom half. But I think we could see them in and around seventh, eighth, and ninth now.
That's a shout. That's a
Especially
shout.
with
Don't
the
underestimate.
vibe that new stadium gives off, a well set
I
up
think
boys
so.
back
Yeah,
four,
you
different
saw a whole
places in the
different effort,
final
didn't it?
third. They've got two decent strikers now. They're not world beaters, but they're decent. They'll get 10 to 12 goals each this season, I think. So yeah, they're gonna throw the cat amongst the pigeons in games. To be fair, and their stadium, watching as the game was going on today, seems to generate decent noise, which is rare for a brand new stadium like that.
Hmm.
Maybe it's just first day vibes, but it seems like it's not going to be too different from Goodison Park when it comes
I was
to that.
about to say, yeah, Goodison they were pretty loud, so
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by that at all.
So we'll see
Yeah,
how that goes. See how that goes. Let's move on to the next. Atara. Haven't spoke about him yet. He has already played and scored for Brentford. Not sure how much they paid for him, but this is a good deal for me. I feel like they needed to replace some of the goals that they've lost in
Bournemouth.
Waymo.
Yeah. And what's
They were probably looking to replace Wissa as well, but Wissa's back in training like a normal football player should do. Stay at your club until something happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think this is a good deal all round. They've got a decent player off Bournemouth, and clearly he knows how to score a goal because he scored already. So.
Yeah.
He's
Hey,
back as well.
That's that.
Giniesta, good to have you back, sir. Good evening. Hope you've had a lovely
evening,
weekend so
Ginny.
far. Anybody else? Got anything else to add on Atara?
Nah, to be honest, I haven't even seen his goal yet.
It was a good thing to be fair.
Yeah,
42.
Oof,
Well,
that's a lot.
That's a lot of
So,
money.
then again, they've still got change from Mbuemo, ain't they?
it's
So-
the standard fee. That's the standard fee everybody seems to chuck out this summer, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's getting crazy. I barely saw him at Bournemouth.
He was a bit part, wasn't he? He wasn't even one of the starters.
Yeah, exactly.
I must say though, Bournemouth did have a very good attack last year. It was like always performed, so it was kind of hard. Maybe Bournemouth would be happy with their business there as well to get 42 someone that was sort of
It's that.
peripheral almost.
Yeah,
It's
but
all that
he's
one.
one of them. He can play wide. He can play through the middle. Still only 23 years old. Already proven-ish in the Premier League. So yeah, it just seems to be the standard fee. If it's an attacker and they've played in the Premier League and been half decent and they're below 25, you're starting at £40 million.
That's crazy, man.
Mm.
That's older today though. But
Well, that's
oof.
just the thing. It's all about resale these days, isn't it?
Mm.
Books have
If
to
he
be
had
balanced.
if he had
And
a season like a Wissa or Mbuemo did, then they can up that to 60 instantly and potentially sell him on again.
He's got off to a good start, to be fair. So we can't really.
Yeah,
1 in 1.
Was it 2 games, 1 goal?
I don't think he played the first game of the season. I don't know if I'm wrong.
Maybe he didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't. Okay. This, we did a prediction show a little while ago. I said something about this club that I'm probably going to be wildly wrong on now.
Oh, you said they was going to go down.
I didn't say they were going to go down. I said they're going to be much worse than what they were previously, and they would be closer to the 23-24 season than the 24-25 season. But then here they must have heard me because in a week they've signed Amari Hutchinson, James McAtee, Arnold Calamawendo, and Douglas Luiz in a week. Yeah. And they haven't actually lost anybody from their first team squad while doing it.
That's true.
They're having a right go.
Yeah.
Keeping themselves in and around the European mix and potentially even looking to push back into them Champions League spaces where they were for most of last season. Because all 4 of these are good signings in my head. I would have taken all 4 of these at Newcastle 100%.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. But Hutchinson, questionable.
Like this is
Hutchinson, can play 10 and on off the right.
Yeah.
James McAtee can play 10 and off the left, and potentially in an 8 if you really need him to. So even if neither of them are going to start, that's better than our backups in them positions.
Yeah, it's about
Douglas Luiz, perfect for our midfield rotation. If Tonali's out and you bang a Douglas Luiz in the 6, exceptional. Calamawendo, we haven't even got a striker at the minute, so boy, I can't even say that he wouldn't even start. He would start tomorrow night if we had signed him this week. Yeah. There is noises that Marinakis and Nuno and Edu are all sort of having their
it's going off.
It's going a bit crazy. This is a fantastic question, actually, because it weirded me out watching one of the games that we were getting manager interviews in the tunnel and stuff at half time.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's so annoying.
Yeah, no one like it. No one a fan.
I hate it. Absolutely hate it, man. There's no need for it. What do you mean at halftime? Let these not get in and have their team to. None of these. I'm pissed off at them. And you're here having interviews.
I like the concept of getting some kind of insider view at halftime. I just don't like the fact that it's the players are accepting of it and the manager is accepting that he's going to give up his time in that short space of time that they've got at half time.
Exactly.
Look,
Yeah.
look,
If it was an
I don't
assistant,
think.
if it was a
How
set
long is
piece
the
coach,
interview?
if it was a sub, if it was someone like that, I'd be like, calm.
Yeah.
If someone's come off at half time and they give an interview, fine. If you're going
Mm.
back out there or you're the manager, I
You
don't
need.
think I would put myself in that position.
Yeah.
Then again, you got. I totally agree with you. And if I was a manager, I'd be like, I haven't got time for this.
Yeah.
But then again, at the same time, the people that pay your money are getting paid a lot of money.
Mm.
So again, so essentially, I don't know how it's come how management agree to it. Like, because obviously their bosses, so club chairmen, have agreed to deal with the Premier League and Sky, or maybe there's something in as a standard in the contract where Premier League say, oh, if we do this with broadcasting partners, you've got to do it. But essentially, you ain't really got a choice, have you?
No.
Yeah, no,
That's
I get that. I
much,
It's,
kind of
man.
it's
get that.
ridiculous to me.
But
Although maybe
Yeah.
you're shit you just to
if
get them to leave me alone.
yeah, if they did have a choice, then I don't see why they would be doing it. If there's something written in the contract, fair enough. But I just don't think it's going to be very long. That if you get a player that say had a good first half, does an interview before they go back out and has a crap second half, or a manager that the teams had a really good first half and it goes to
Yeah.
shit second half,
Yeah.
and then they start questioning these things. Well, why have you said this at half time? Why have you done that? And
Exactly.
it's just like
Exactly.
another angle they can come at these people with.
Yeah.
And I just
It's
don't
too
think they
much.
should
I,
put themselves in that
Too much.
man.
I,
So right.
I think it was so media savvy. I mean, I don't know if I, I try not to listen to it. But when was the last time you heard something vaguely interesting
Oh,
in a bloody in a press conference or not, like or pre-post match one? They're all pretty bland.
I'm I'm
Now,
I'm
if
with you.
anything,
I'm with Jenny on this one.
this
I'm
is
with
the
him on
edition
this
we
one.
needed.
Here we go. Let's get
This is
onto them,
something
man.
I've been
Get
kind of
with
this
it.
is I've been banging this kind of drum for years
Mm.
now. Why
Yeah.
are there not
Mm.
more referee interviews?
Mm.
You get the managers after the game or players after the game, and they're like, "How do you feel about what happened in this situation during the game where they've messed up?" Why is everybody else put in that microscope, and the referees and officials aren't stood up there and go, "We've looked back at this decision, and people in the studio don't agree with it. What do you say?" There on the spot. Everybody else in football has to do it, apart from the referees or any of the officials, and they never give
Mm.
interviews until they're retired. This kind of thing needs to stop because accountability makes everything better. It's not a blame game. It's just making sure you know you're accountable if you make a mistake, which then makes you kind of up your game a little bit more. And this is, I just don't get why it's not something that we do in football.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'd love. I can't remember the last time I saw reasons why they don't do it, but there's always going to be issues with it.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. I mean,
The last thing I
funny
saw
enough,
was they said they'd be too open to criticism, but then every single person in football is open to criticism. So why not the referees?
yeah, yeah. Um, do you know what? I'm trying to think because basically it feels like every season the Premier League's more like the NFL, like marketing, how much it's pushed at, the absolute trash that's spoke about on a daily basis. I'm trying to think if they interview referees in that.
With the toast.
I like that chat.
It would be good. If we had one, it'd be even better.
Like, do you know what? If West Ham's director of football, which is actually more or less David Sullivan, if he was anywhere near where supporters could get to him, you'd have the best interview ever. Just get super
Yeah,
kicked.
get attacked. Yeah. Right, we have another couple of well, I hope we still have a couple of Newcastle fans in the chat because we're going to talk about our two new boys, Malik Tiao, as he says that his name is pronounced, and Jacob Ramsey. So for me now, I'm in the position with all of the noise that's been around us this season and all of the Nelson from Simpsons laughs that I've been getting over rejections all the time. We're quietly having a very good window. and nobody seems to be paying attention to it. And I still think we've got more to do in these last, what is it, 6 days now, 6, 7 days. I still think there's more to come from us in these last few days. But I'm now sat here after all of the stuff that's gone on, the Isak stuff and rejected by strikers left, right, and centre, and now it looks like we're staying at Brentford. I think we have gone under the radar with some of our business. I think we've done some very good business this window now. To me, it's laughable. I
Sounds
wouldn't
all.
agree.
I was laughing at the comment. The last one. That is funny. That was
Centre half's a good signing. I like him, and I've always liked Ramsey. So I thought you might have held out till January and really got Aston Villa sweating on PSR
yeah.
with him.
To be fair, I don't
See-
think the price would have dropped though, because it's one of them. It's the homegrown. It's all of that. So it would have always cost that much to get him out of Villa.
Fair enough.
Honestly, if you need players, go to Aston Villa right now. That is shocking for me, man. Jacob Ramsey. You'd think someone like him will be at Villa for years, like Villa through and through, and then
Needs to go.
But this is why, I hear a lot of fans say that when us as Newcastle fans complain about PSR, they turn around and say, "Oh, well, you just want to spend money that's not yours." And it's like, no. Our biggest frustration is that we now have to watch Yakubu Minta, who no one knew anything about, that we plucked from nowhere, play for Brighton because of PSR.
yeah,
We've now got to watch Elliot Anderson kill it for Nottingham Forest because of PSR. This isn't anything we chose to do. We haven't overspent. It's PSR has made us have to sell on two great prospects that we've now had to so Ramsey, we've had to buy in for £40 million, is the replacement for us losing Elliot Anderson last season.
Yeah,
we spent £50 million on Elanga, who is the replacement for us losing Minter last season. Like, it's bonkers what PSR is doing to football at the minute.
yeah, it is killing it. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't even want to bring that comment up, Liam, because I don't think anybody knows about it. We have to keep it very quiet.
What, knows about the whispers or knows about the player?
Knows about the whispers of the player.
Fatazi's decent.
Yeah,
if we do that and sign a striker that can come in and plug and play, I would say quietly going about having a very good window goes from very good to excellent.
Yeah,
that's a stacked midfield now. Like really strong.
It really is.
Really screams of going for it on sort of a domestic and a European front as well, because that's really a good amount of players you've got in there with some variety to play in different positions as well and slightly tweak things.
Yeah, 100%. If we can get Fratesi through the door and touch wood, no one gets injured no one major gets injured for too long throughout the season, we've then got a midfield of Bruno, Tonali, Joe Linton, with Ramsey, Fratesi, Miley as probably your backup three, and then Joe Willock as well to add into that mix. For me, that's a fantastic 7 midfielders to take in there. If Joe Willock is your 7th midfielder, then I think you're in a pretty good place midfield-wise.
Yeah.
We just need strikers now.
Yeah, you just need strikers. At least 3 of them now. At least 3 strikers now.
No. I'm still in the same boat I've always been. We wasn't meant to talk about this tonight, but I'm still in the same boat that after the international break, we will start seeing Alexander Isak in Newcastle squad.
Yeah, but you still need another one after that.
So we need one.
Yeah, one. Yeah, you need one. I meant including Isak as well.
Yeah. We need the one, and I reckon
another one.
This might be me just clutching at straws. I reckon it'll be Strand Larsen, which I'd be delighted about.
Good player.
Yeah,
like him.
Someone combated me on that the other day, and I was like, well, even if Isak goes and we sign Strand Larsen as the main number 9, and then signed one to be his understudy, I'd be happy with it. And they kind of went a bit mad at me. And I was like, Strand Larsen got 14 goals, league goals, for Wolves last season.
I didn't even know it's that much.
14 league goals.
Yeah, that's what I mean to me.
He popped up. I remember seeing him in a few games. Yeah, he popped up. But
So,
yeah, I didn't know
You
He
then
really
you
brings
then put
people
that
in.
like Aston Villa last week. We beat Aston Villa with Tran Larson just on the basis of 3 or 4 balls that we put into the box. He wins and scores.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm quite happy with where we are at the minute. Since I hadn't realised UEFA punished Villa and Chelsea. It wasn't just a fine for a couple of windows. They can only spend what they sell. Zero. Ah, okay. Thank you, Lee. I didn't realise that either.
Hmm.
I
That's
thought it was
interesting.
just the fine, but if they've now limited their spend so that they can only spend what they sell, it makes perfect sense. Well, it always made perfect sense what was going on at Villa to me anyway, because they were in the mud because their wages was
Exactly.
way above the percentage it's meant to be. The
This
Chelsea
Mm.
thing's very interesting. The only
yeah
thing about
But
that is it's
then,
annoying because Chelsea have got 900 million players to sell.
yeah, they've got like the biggest reserve squad in history.
yeah, and they get a lot of money for that. I haven't seen less than 20 mil sold. I haven't seen less than 20 mil sold for Chelsea players in this
That's the
transfer.
weird thing. They'll pluck some kid from the under 18s that hasn't even seen a professional football pitch and they sell
Yeah,
him for 25, 30 million. It's like,
25 mil. What
how?
the hell? Like
Who even is this guy? How's he worth 30 million pounds?
that's exactly. We're trying so hard to sell some players. Like we have some names, and Chelsea are just selling whoever for like
But they're on.
25.
You've got some players there on big bucks.
I'm big for yeah, but Chelsea are probably on more. Some of these
Well,
Chelsea
not,
players are
not the
probably on more.
youngsters they're fobbing off though,
Not
are
the
they? They'll be
youngsters,
on like
nah.
3 to 5 grand and they're getting paid 10 when they move on for 30 million pound or 15
Mm,
or something silly like that.
yeah,
Whereas if you're signing like a Jorginho coming down at Arsenal,
yeah.
you might only be looking to buy him for 15 mil, but he's going to want 200 grand a week or something silly like that.
Yeah, yeah. That's true.
And there's like rumors that Zinchenko kept getting contract extensions, so he's on big bucks as well, and
The 100 grand
even
as well.
gonna
Yeah, that's how we're
get a
struggling.
hint of first team football, is he?
Nah,
He barely starts for any team in the league, Zinchenko, to be fair. If you look at the left backs in this league, it's probably one of the strongest positions when you look through all of
I
the
reckon a
teams.
few clubs down there could sign him and put him in
Nah,
midfield. Not even left
I
back,
nah.
midfield. That's
All the clubs that are looking like clubs that have come up, and a few of the other clubs will be looking for combative midfielders. They won't want Zinchenko in there trying to be a ball player, even though he's like mainly a fullback at club level. He's only
mm,
really a centre midfielder at international level, and it's a
in Ukraine.
completely
Yeah,
different game at international level.
yeah. I think his height,
Okay,
his size as well. Yeah,
little bit of joy for you, Samir. Well, it's annoying because you get a few bits of joy tonight. I don't like it, but little bit
yeah,
of joy. Number one,
yes. The hijack of the century.
Eberichi Eze.
The hijack of the century.
Quick question before we get into this year.
Yeah.
In terms of players turning you down and transfers getting hijacked, who would you say now has had the worst window for that out of Newcastle and Tottenham?
Definitely Tottenham. Because I don't think with you've actually put it. No, well, I think did you put in a bid
Ours
for?
is volume. We've had, I think I can think of 5 for us. So
Yeah, but
you've got
you did put in
Delap,
bids.
no, Delap, João Pedro, Ekatike, and Sesko and Trafford. So that's 5. They're the 5 I'll say all either turned us down or we got hijacked.
Yeah.
But then
Oh,
Tottenham have now had Gibbs White. They triggered a release clause, and he was like, "Nah, I'm okay, thanks. I'll sign a new contract." And
Yeah.
Eze,
Whether another trigger involved his head.
potentially, but that doesn't fit my story, so leave it out. And now they've got Eze, who they did all the legwork.
everything.
They thought Arsenal had pulled out, so they were strolling along the street, nice and slow, with their chain hanging out, thinking Debo had gone home to sleep for the evening. And then all of a sudden, he comes out and he snatches that chain quick time. And he's gone. Like,
Ah,
they're
Was he?
painful.
it is so painful for Spurs
There's
fans.
rumours that Eze called Arteta, or is that just
I saw that today. Yeah, I
or
saw
is that
that.
just Twitter talk?
I don't know. It might be
I
too too.
think
But
I
if that
think
was
that's
real,
Twitter talk.
if that was real, oh no, yeah. I
Could
know.
you
I think
imagine?
that's Twitter talk.
Personally, for me, I don't care about the 5 Newcastle players try to go for. Um, I think this is definitely the number one, like the worst. Like
Hey,
the
crash
worst.
out. The
Yeah,
crash out has been. glorious.
Oh my days, it's been up there. It's
Yeah.
been up
The
there.
only frustrating thing is they went and beat Man City this weekend.
Yeah, that kind of helped a minute. That kind of
Yeah.
helped. It
Because
helped
it
push
would
it
have
over.
just the crash out would have just carried on for a whole nother week, all the way into next weekend's
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
and it would have just been great to see.
I don't know. It came back down because obviously our game was afterwards, so we announced it on
Nah,
that same day, and I don't think they were happy about that, seeing him coming out on the pitch and stuff.
to be fair, on a weekend when you beat Man City as a Tottenham,
Nothing could bring you down.
nothing's really going to spoil your high. That's you just ride that high
No,
until
but
something happens at your club to bring it back down again.
there's that side of you looking at it thinking, "Fuck's sake!" like straight after. If we played before they faced City and won, then yeah, fine, you could have that. But they won and then had to watch that, so it's like brought it back down again, in a
Yeah, I
sense.
suppose. I suppose it probably has brought down their vibe a little bit.
Yeah, it brought
But
it down. Yeah, it definitely.
anyway, less of the banter and
We go on.
the
We go on.
shameless stuff. Let's talk about how this guy is actually going to fit into the side. I'm interested to hear your views on it because I've got my views on it. We'll start with Stocky because he hasn't said much in this little back and forth.
Mm,
Uh, I'd be a bit more rogue about where I play him. One of my favourite accounts on Twitter is a Premier League panel, and he tweeted something months ago, and it makes so much sense. Oh, what's this from Liam?
Now they have bought a CF left wing as a new position they're avoiding buying
we're
for.
we're always avoiding something, isn't it? We're always avoiding
Um,
something.
do you know what? I'd play him a bit more central because I think if you just leave him out on the left, people are still going to do the same tactics they have against Arsenal of like low block, loads of bodies. Get him, get him a bit more central.
Yeah.
Him
Okay,
and Rice been
who
very done.
so in your mind, who drops out for him to play central?
Um, well, the problem is, I'd say Rice is more important to them than Erdegaard at the minute. So depends how. Who else is in midfield with for you at the minute, Samir?
Zubamendi and Rice
Zubi,
and
Zubi, Zubi,
Odegaard.
Zubi, Zubi.
Well, it's going to be certain games because, like, obviously, some games you could still put him on the left and he's going to be very impactful. But like, I don't think it affects the way people will defend against you. If anything, you're just stretching them wider because they've got to look at sort of. It's like the old misdirection. Like, if you focus on Saka, we'll go to Eze. If you focus on Eze, we'll go to Saka. But
Yeah.
I like him when he's a bit more central and taking people on because I know he's really good on the eye, sort of taking people on turns and feints and whatnot. But I really like his give and go. He's so quick and so sharp. He's passing in for a give and go is so excellent. And where he's a good dribbler, when he receives it back, he can still then beat an oncoming tackle as well. So I'd try and play him a bit more central. I think just leaving him at left would be wasted
Yeah.
myself. So maybe Zubimendi or Erdegaard don't get as many minutes as they were thinking. But that's how I'd play him because I really like him being more central and being at the fulcrum of it and being creative.
I totally
Okay.
agree.
So on that, before you said you have your bits, Samir, but the injury to Odegaard has probably come at a terrible time for Odegaard, but a very good time
So,
for Eze
yeah.
because he gets to play his preferred position from the off pretty much. Arsenal will then have to play. Well, Madueke will shift to the right now because Saka's also injured, or unless
Mm.
Downham's going to start,
No.
and then Martinelli will be on the left.
Yeah, I think Mike Madwaker will go on the right. I think Martinelli on the left. Yeah, Dalman, not at Anfield. 15
No, I
years
mean
old.
not obviously. Yeah, yeah. You don't give a 15-year-old his first game
Not
against
at
your own.
Anfield. Yeah.
I don't
Uh,
care how good you are, you don't do that.
yeah. No, not at that age. No freaking way. Um, yeah, I think it's just a good headache to have, man. Like, I don't think we've ever had this. Like,
Jamie
I
saying
think I
he's
think
saying Arsenal play with an inverted left back and want a left winger to hold width. That doesn't suit Eze.
yeah. So
Very
that's
true.
I
Very
don't
true.
I don't think we brought him to play on that left wing because we've already got the numbers on the left and right. To be fair, we've got Madwake who started that left wing. We've got Trossard still who pretty much signed a new contract. We've got Martinelli as well, so we've got three. Um, yeah, the worrying thing is if Odegaard is fit, but at the same time. Odegaard has been struggling recently, and
Mhm.
it's one of them ones where I think he needs to get dropped to like just to wake him up, because I've seen that with a few players. Like they need to get dropped to know, hey, listen, if you don't step up your game, this could be you for a very long time on the bench. But yeah, I think we're in a great position with Eze. I don't mind if it's flipping, because you also missed out Wanyeri who came on yesterday, and for me, kind of did quite better than, I don't know how you lot saw it on TV, but I think he did better than Odegaard
I would
in
say
terms
yesterday when
of
he came on is a
moving
very
the
hard
ball.
time to judge anyone because Leeds were done, and the
Mm.
game was in sort of like
I
an
know, but he came on
altercation
early.
state. Who? Oh yeah,
He
he
came on
came
early
on
in
when
the first half.
Odegaard came on.
Yeah, yeah, in the first
Yeah,
half. Yeah.
yeah. So at that point, I don't think it made an awful lot of difference. Odegaard would have had a similar type of game, I think.
Mm.
Nah, man. I don't know. There was something different when Wanyeri came on. It was just quicker. Everything was just moving quicker. Like he was turning quicker. He was passing the ball quicker. And with Odegaard now, everyone, I think you could hear it in the stadium. He does hold the ball for too long sometimes, and it's one of them ones like it's not like Eze, like Stocks was saying, he dribbles with the ball and stuff. I don't mind that if you're going around people. But if you're just spinning and spinning and spinning and not really doing much, but you're holding the ball for too long, you're not being too effective. So yeah, like it is a bad time to get injured for Odegaard, like you said, Mitch. But yeah, Eze has to come in and just go. Listen, this is my spot.
Yeah,
That's what we want. We need that arrogance and be like, yeah, Odegaard, I'm sorry, I don't care if you're captain. This is my spot, and I believe he can truly do that
yeah,
at number 10. I don't want to see him on the left wing. To be honest with you, lot.
yeah. Well, as of now, my point of view in his has changed. He will just come straight in for Odegaard, which suits Arteta, I think, because he would have had a massive decision to make if Odegaard didn't get injured, and that saves him a bit.
Yeah,
Initially, I thought
yeah.
the reverse of this, what Ginesta said. I thought Arsenal were going to go down the route of putting Eze wide on left, letting him tuck in, and then not having the winger. I mean, not having the fullback invert on the left instead, and having them actually be an overlapper rather than
Mm,
an inverter.
yeah.
Because then Eze can tuck into midfield, create an extra number in there, get in the 10 spot, and be wide when he needs to be wide. I thought that's what they would try and do in most games. In games at home against like your Leeds yesterday, you would potentially see no Zubamendi, and you'd have Rice, Odegaard, Eze, or no Rice, and you'd have Zubamendi, Odegaard, Eze, where you can afford to be a little bit more attacking.
Mm.
But now it's just going to be like for like, plug and play. Don't think we're going to see an awful lot of difference. Yeah, just seen a comment from Ginny, which is frustrating.
Mm.
Nico Paz looks a great player.
No.
If he goes to Spurs, that would annoy the hell out of me because I think he's fantastic. I said at the very start of the summer, the first time someone asked me about a midfield signing for Newcastle, Nico Paz was the name that came out of my mouth straight away. I think he's
Mate,
class.
For that much money
William
as well.
Knowles follows
he's
that up.
been unreal, but check the next one.
The-
I was saying this the other week as well. Real should have already got an agreed buyback, I think. So
Yes,
I think they want to buy him back to sell him.
yeah. I think
Oh,
that's
is it?
probably the main thing that will
Oh,
happen.
wow.
If Madrid don't want to play him, they will bring
Just
him back in and sell him on straight away. And then John, good
poor
evening,
Tottenham,
John.
All right, John.
Shame you're not here,
man.
but enjoy whatever train platform you're on, mate.
Yeah.
Okay,
Damn it.
Oh,
that's
what a
Real,
bank holiday weekend. Oh,
real.
he's waiting for a rail replacement one as well. He's getting a bus somewhere,
yeah, he's
probably.
going to end up on a bus. Right, I'm not sure how small this is going to be viewing on YouTube. Hopefully, you can see
Oh
it.
my God.
But this is all the fixtures that have happened so far this weekend. Uh, you know what? I'm just going to skip straight through and go into the focused on the games. Sorry, stocks, but we're starting with Friday night.
It's all right.
A
Um,
game that started exceptionally well with a fantastic strike, then
bad
turned into a
goalkeeping.
bit of a fucking farce, to be honest with you, mate. I'm not gonna lie. But you were there.
Oh,
Talk to us.
um, oh mate, it's all. it's all coming home to roost. It's all coming home to roost. There's a lot of blood on a lot of hands. With West Ham, what was Ginny saying?
He's just saying they did the same thing with Morata.
Yeah,
Bought him back from Juve for 30 million and sold him on to
yeah.
Chelsea for 70 in the same summer. Which
That's just so
weirdly,
stupid.
before Stocky goes on his West
Yeah.
Ham rant, that is pretty much what Wolves are going to do to us if we sign Strad Larson. Because they had him on loan last season. They've just paid something like 24 million
Ah,
pound for him and went
yeah.
on to spend 50 to 55 or maybe even 60 on him literally 6 weeks later.
Wolves can't afford to do that, man. I just realized Wolves can't afford to even lose him
It's
at this moment.
the name of the
Yeah,
game.
we're going to put hold on the comments for now. Stocky, West Ham, Chelsea, talk to us.
Yeah. It's just the whole place is awful. By the way, you said it was a great strike. I thought that was poor goalkeeping from Sanchez. Um, it was so weird, but it wasn't a bad strike. But just everything about West Ham's poor. It's just like there's so many bad things about it. I can't even structure them into a coherent rant for you boys. Like it'd be easier if you want to ask me a question, I'll answer that. But everything is so rotten at that club from like top to bottom. And as I was walking out, I was like, and by the way, you know how I feel about leaving early. Like I'm the opposite to Jack. So he's two down into town, and I'll sit there. Yeah, I left on 55, 60. Just went like I was like, I can't do this. This is
To be fair, if you made it to 5, you've
pathetic.
done exceptionally well.
So bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
So where are you stuff like this? Where are you
but
portioning
again,
blame? Are you sort of now moving towards Potter out? Is there stuff above him that's going wrong that needs to be changed before you think about the manager? Is it just these
um,
set of players ain't good enough, don't want it enough?
Yes, players.
um, mate, genuinely, all of the above. It's funny. I kind of said a lot of these things when I did my West Ham spotlight a few weeks ago, and I'll take all of them three in stages, and also I'll add another one at the end. So we'll start with Potter. I think he's not doing very well. I think he's trying to cobble an idea together with what he's got, and he's trying, but essentially it's not good enough. Do I think he's to blame? Yeah, well, partly, but also I think we all can quite clearly see the squad that he's inherited is a
Yeah.
shambles. And this is where the biggest portion of my blame goes is to the board. Um, I don't even know where to start with it. It's just so bad. Again, just to copy something I said the other weeks ago, the greatest thing David Moyes ever did was he made us forget that we had that poison little dwarf destroying our club slowly. Because, like, we'd forget that we was for a couple of years. We'd forget we was at the London Stadium. We'd forget that we'd left Upton Park and we was watching decent football. We was watching European football. We was winning all sides in the Prem, and then and this is where the fans come into it because a lot of them wanted Moyes out. And like I'm walking out the ground, and the people best managers we've had in donkeys to leave, and now they're complaining because the grass is always greener on the other side of it. Um, so I think as a fan base, we're culpable as well. Not me personally, but as a group, we asked like people were saying, "Oh, this is shit, isn't it? This Moyes football," but like, yeah,
Didn't you
some of
finish?
them.
Didn't with Moyes in his last season with you? Didn't you finish like seventh, eighth? Or was it low? Quite low.
14th,
Oh,
14th, 13th when we won the Europa.
what?
And then the season after weren't so great.
Oh, okay.
But again, we was I think we finished 15th maybe. Like there was a little bit of
No,
relegation worries, but then we just pulled away. And also, there's a lot of players there. The playing side, like I say, the squad is a shambles. I think if you asked a majority of supporters what was needed at the last game of last season, we'll say, well, we need some pace. We're so slow, especially in midfield. We're now played 2 games. We've not signed a midfielder, and we've just watched Forest sign 3 in a week. We constantly, as a sort of, so Sullivan has like certain websites and Twitter people that he'll leak information to and give it the old, we haven't got no money, we haven't got no money. But then other supporters, Kieran Maguire and the price of football,
Yep.
they'll go to him. They'll say, "Oh, can we ask your opinion on this?" And he goes, "Yeah, you look fine. I don't think that's true," and things like that. And after he looks at the numbers, so we're just being lied to, and it's derisory bids. Like we're like he's like a Audi Levy, which is saying something. And yeah, like we need midfielders, and he's not done it. And the whole Wilson thing, oh my god, yeah, on it, right? I know I'm used to it, you fucker, but I would not be shocked if we go down. Honestly, what I saw on Friday was horrific, and it's not going to get better.
Yeah.
Not
Normally
get
at
better.
that point, I would interject and offer you a silver lining. But after the Sunderland game was more worrying than Friday for me because Sunderland got beat by Burnley this weekend.
Yeah.
So that says to me that Burnley and Sunderland are of a similar level, and you got beat quite comfortably by Sunderland. So, yeah, I would say that your worries are quite substantiated, is what I'd say. Let's mop up a few of the chats. John's back saying it was terrible getting
John was there.
Yeah.
John was at the game as well on Friday.
Yeah, he stayed longer than you did, but only after he convinced his mate to stay for a bit longer. Then he said he'd let you get into it. He goes on to say Potter didn't set you up brilliantly, but cannot legislate for some of the areas for goals. Yeah, you could never legislate for errors. I thought Wan-Bissaka, I bigged him up quite a bit last season. I thought he was terrible for a couple of goals on Friday.
It was,
Yeah.
oh, mate. I'll tell you what, though, credit where credit due. I think the only one that genuinely tried, well, Bowen always tries, but it was a bit difficult because he never got the ball. I thought Paqueta put in an effort, but that's probably because he wants out, which is fair enough.
Yeah. And then Liam's back again. Ward-Prowse seems to be taking a lot of flack. Never good enough to replace Rice running through treacle. If that was the Rice replacement, it's just wrong profile of player. You can't replace.
Well, no, it's not. It was just
with James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah. Well, we never got the legs to replace him. And his next comment is bang on, and I've read that a couple of times today.
Yeah.
Actually, online.
Nailed
yeah, totally agree with you, Liam.
Liam, we are. This is why me and Stocks have been mates for a very long time. But this is why we never really take the mick out of each other back and forth on football things, because our clubs at times have been so mirrored in the way they go about things. We know how crap it could be as passionate football fans when your fan base want to support. You've got a manager and players that try and do their best, but it's just crap from the top down. And until the top changes, nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
So entrenched in being a fan, you've just got to rock up every week, suck it up, and keep going until eventually something changes. I never thought the change was coming, and then we've been saved. And like I said on my spotlight, not my spotlight, when we did the top 10s, like I said on the top 10s, when the Saudis came in, it wasn't about the Saudis coming in. It was about Mike Ashley leaving. That's what the celebration was for. Mike Ashley is gone. We didn't care. It was anybody but Mike Ashley. And I feel you're in exactly the same spot at the minute.
Do you know what? At least did Mike Ashley sign the players himself though? We got fucking Sullivan. He acts like a director of football. It's
fucking Dennis
awful.
Wise and Lee Chandley were just basically his
Yeah.
two people he told what to do and silly stuff. Like Dennis Wise was our head scout
Uh,
at one point, and his scout
yeah.
was YouTube,
It was
which is
terrible.
why every
Yeah.
time I refer to a player and I say I've done a bit of Dennis Wise scouting, it means I've watched a few videos on YouTube. That is what he used to do. And it
Uh,
was jobs for the
Mm,
boys, and it wasn't
yeah.
about making the team or the club any better. It was all for
Mm.
just promoting Mike Ashley and his other businesses.
Funny enough, when you had Dennis Wires, and I think you might have had Joe fucking Kinnear at the time. I
Yeah.
was in Newcastle on a lads' weekend, and I was in one of the bars before the game. Like I weren't watching the football; I was just on the piss. And the DJ was going mental, like fucking Cockney Mafia. And there's me, like East London, born and bred. I was doing a lot of muttering that weekend, like, "Oh, yeah, I'll have 2 beers, yeah, cheers."
To be fair though, I know how that could feel as an outsider when it's all going on. Newcastle fans are probably one of the least likely fans in the country to take it out on other fans,
Uh,
regardless of everything else that's going on. It's just something we don't do because other fans have done nothing
mm,
to us. It's not their
no,
fault. Like they're you really have to wind up Newcastle fans for them to be against you. It's one of the most welcoming bunches going. I think maybe that's just me being rose tinted, but from other friends that I know that have gone up to games and bumped into fans while in their own club shirts and stuff like that, that seems to be a lot of the noise up there.
I, I was all right at the night time because everyone so it was all good. Shots all round. It was lovely.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Right, a couple other comments before we move on to the next. John's back again. Going forward, very predictable. One big cross to full quick, which they telegraphed. You rarely pick up second balls. Yeah, what's this about a Balkan billionaire gonna pull rank?
Yeah, so it's Daniel Krotowski, or I can't even remember his name, but basically he owns a bit of Sainsbury's, he owns a bit of a tabloid, he owns Royal Mail.
oh, right.
Yeah,
He's super, super rich, and he's a partial investor in West Ham, but he put his money in when we were going good. He doesn't really invest anything, he just bought shares. I don't know how much he puts in. One of them pipe dreams where you found out like a multi billionaire is
yeah.
buying shares, but I think he just has it's just part of a portfolio. I'm not sure. And Sullivan has a majority shareholder. David Gold shares are still within his family, I believe.
Okay.
And yeah, like I say, Sullivan is majority, so he gets most of the thing. And
Yeah.
he's just making it really tough for us. And like I say, the the feeling going into there was so apathetic, and that was before the game. I'm sure John would attest to that walking along to the ground. So yeah,
Pubs in Newcastle are close to away fans. And then Newcastle fans are superb as an away fan, most receptive. Like you said, trays of shots without prompting. Uh, yeah, John, jump in if you felt the apathy while walking to the stadium as well, mate. While he does that, if he does, we are gonna jump on to the next game.
yes. I'll
Man
admit
City
I
Tottenham.
couldn't watch this. I couldn't. I didn't watch it. I was a bit late getting out, and then when I walked into a pub and saw it, I was like, I'm not even paying attention. I'm still sore. I'm still hurting.
Yeah, this didn't go the way I expected it to go at all. I thought Man City were going to be a little bit closer than back to what they were than this. Clearly, I was wrong. And Tottenham were actually very good. I think
Decent.
Thomas Frank's got them set up in a certain way that they're hard to break down. They're hard to create
Mm.
real chances against. I feel the
Great
scoreline
signing
did
in
ever
Polina.
so slightly flatter them, but I'm not going to take anything away from them. I thought they played very, very well. And where normally they go up there and they blitz Man City just with pace on the break, I thought this was a lot more of a well structured performance than what
Yeah.
they normally do when they've beat City over the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, Paulina's signing was great. And can I just take a second? I feel like it's almost my duty as Jack's not here. But what the fuck is James Trafford doing?
Oh,
We've
we will get onto that before Liam Knowles. Fantastic question. But now, are we in a boat where we put Chelsea in with a real shot of challenging the three that everybody thinks are going to be going for the league, which is Liverpool,
Um,
Arsenal, and Man City?
I'd like to put that off till Chelsea play some decent sides. West Ham were fucking pathetic, but they've got a lot of players there that look good.
Yeah,
So they lost Palmer in the warm up. They bring in Delap.
Yeah.
That's life's good. Life's good when you can make them last minute
No,
changes.
it was Esteval, wasn't it? That
Val.
was
Oh,
Yeah,
already
Esteval
starting.
came.
yeah,
I hadn't looked at the
but,
teams to be honest.
yeah,
Well, but still, Esteval, come on, and I thought was all right.
Yeah,
Um,
looked decent.
it smacked of some good coaching because you wouldn't know it was a last minute change. It all looked after about 10, 15 minutes, they looked pretty seamless in what they wanted to do,
mm,
which I think is a good sign personally for them, like going
Yeah,
on
but
through the
then
season.
I kind of get that. But the only thing that changed would have been Palmer for Esteval, like for like. And when you chuck in
Mm,
someone like Esteval, Samir will probably be a good person to talk to about this. Like, say Saka goes off injured yesterday and Max Downham comes in fearless
yeah,
and is told to just go and play his game.
yeah,
You kind of you don't really need to do anything as a manager because they're just young, fearless players that go out there and get on the
mm,
ball, try and make something happen.
100%.
If it was a midfielder that it happened to and it was just as seamless, then I'd agree. But as your main sort of creative outlet and you just stick someone in and say, go and play your game, try and create something, I
Mm,
think it's a lot easier as a manager from that perspective.
yeah. I just think like everyone from top to bottom, well, apart from West Ham and stuff. I just think we've all got we've got a big squad now, in terms of like you said, if Saka comes off, we've got someone else to come on. I think all round, even last night. I mean, when Saka come off, there weren't really a panic around the stadium. Well, apart from me, I felt like I was the only one just going, "Oh my days, like it's the end of the world." But I looked around, everyone was like, "Oh, okay, Saka's off," but it's
Well,
because you've
you
got
was 4-0 up.
huh?
You
No,
was
no, it's
4-0
just
up.
yeah, but like Saka being injured to us, it doesn't matter if he was 10-0 up. That's like it's the end of the world.
You've got Liverpool next week, by the way.
Yeah, but even
mm.
going into that, I don't think Arsenal fans are really fearing about anything.
Yeah.
Do you remember the whole situation when Saka got injured last season in December, where everyone was just like, "Oh yeah, season's done." This, that. But I haven't felt anything. I felt like everyone's kind of confident in our squad. Um, yeah, so I'm
Okay.
I
alright.
think
On
go back to
on
Chelsea. I think they'll be grand. I think they need goals from a centre forward, if you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
yeah, I mean,
I
sure.
like, but I think Pedro will play a lot of the season and will do well. I think he will supply them centre forward goals. I think he'll get more than Jackson did. Jackson got about
I think he got
12,
13.
13,
13.
15.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, we've helped Pedro already a bit with that. So yeah, I always feel like if you're going to be challenging the top, you generally need a striker bagging goals, and I think he's gonna. It's looking like he'd do that for him.
Yeah. And my point on Chelsea is I don't even think it's when they play the better teams. I think it's when they're in the midst of all the tournaments going at the same time.
oh
When
yeah,
they do this, it's how
that's when
they
the
get
season
the
starts.
balance right between midweek Saturday.
Yeah,
Last season they were in the Conference League. It's much easier. You just play a second string, makes no
yeah.
difference. When you've got
Yeah,
This,
a big Champions League game midweek away, and then you've got a hard Premier League game at the weekend. You can't just do 11 for 11. It never
yeah.
ever
I,
works at the top level.
I think Chelsea
Not
as
in real
well.
life anyway.
I think a lot of Chelsea fans will tell you as well. I think they don't like December. They seem to fall off around December. Like even last season, they had a good start, and then they got to December, off. Here you go. I think the season before that as well. Just like yeah, once they get to December, they just have this fall off period, and then that's it. That's there. Because before that, they was in a title race. Chelsea fans were telling us they're in a title race, but get
There
to
was a
December.
weekend. There was a weekend they could have won to go top of the league,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
and that's when they had their wobble. They lost it. They lost that game, and they didn't win for 3 or 4. And then by that
yeah.
time, they were out of it because
Exactly.
Liverpool won like 4 or 5, and they were like
Yeah,
10 points clear. And it was like, okay, that's that done.
exactly. 'Cause, like as of right now, you can't really tell anyone who like looks like real champions right now. No one's
Way
really
too early. I've always said game 10, which I think
thinking.
mm,
is still a benchmark for when you're going to see how sides are really shaping up.
Yeah,
But I would say the importance on game 1 to 10 has gone up tenfold because of the amount of points teams put up to win the league this season. Because
Yeah,
you could be out of a title race by game 10 if you don't start right.
yeah,
Mm,
So you still need to be
yeah.
good you need to pick up results in 1 to 10. And
mm,
then when you get to 10, you can see where teams really are. Because previously it'd be like, right, we'll build in as long as we're within 4 or 5 come game week 10, we're all right. Now
yeah.
that's not the case because
You
teams
can't
have
afford
put
to
up
lose a single
silly
game.
numbers.
Yeah, you want to win right now. Like you don't really want to lose a single game up until
Yeah.
10, game 10, like you
Exactly.
said.
You don't
But
want to
yeah,
get to game 10 and you've lost two because
you've lost two. Yeah,
you've lost two of
quite
the 3 games you're allowed to lose all season.
100%. I think that's the way I looked at it last season. I was like, I was hoping that we would go on undefeated up until December. Um, I think we lost, well, at least lose one game actually. I was like one game and then that's it. I think we lost to Bournemouth and was getting there, and then you stupid Newcastle flipping ruined it. It gave us our second loss, and then I think right up until we was undefeated from then up until like February. But I like that's how crazy it is to look at you got to look at the league that way. Like you can't afford to lose a game up until December. Like that's how mad it is. Like,
I'm
Well,
I'm not
that's it.
convinced anyone's going to dominate this year.
yeah, me
uh,
too.
yeah, but I still feel that the team that wins it will still have to go on 3 sort of runs where they
Mm,
don't lose
yeah,
in 10, 11, 12 games and they
Yeah,
only draw 2 of those
yeah,
games.
exactly.
And they're going to have to go on
yeah.
2 or 3 of those to get through most of the season and still only lose like 3, 4 games
Yeah,
max.
Mm,
yeah.
mm.
It's a scary thing to say, man. Like that's how
It is. It
crazy
is.
it is nowadays. Like I remember Alex Ferguson used to lose his first, not even like lose, but like he dropped points in his first 3 games, but he would still go on to win the Premier League. Like Man United used to always have bad starts to the season and still go on to win the Premier League. But yeah, in today's game, you can't you can't drop a single point, even 1 point right now. You're just like, for fuck's sake, why are we drawing?
But
That's
to
the
be
end of the world.
fair, from what we've been saying though, with the transfers, like with Nottingham Forest, with Newcastle, how much stronger they are,
Mm.
with how
Mm.
well Tottenham played yesterday, do you think we might see a swing back to that, where some of these sides that are looking to be in and around, even throw Chelsea in there, looking to be in and around fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and now that strong
That's crazy.
that in the 2 games that they play against the top 3/4, they're going to win one of them, maybe draw one of them as well,
Mate,
and the points tally
I,
comes down a bit.
I totally agree. Like I said, I don't think anyone's going to run away. I think I think you're right, Gannon, down to sort of like seventh, eighth. There's a hell of a lot of quality, and with the financial power of the Premier League in general, you're getting really good players from abroad.
Mm.
Like they, like say Forest just on the Douglas Luiz, I'd say he was really good at Ventus. Who's going to challenge Elliot Anderson? So they're such a dense squad that can handle the European exertions as well. And
I would,
yeah, I reckon the next bracket down are really going to take up points. I wasn't so sure at the start of the season, but I don't know. The transfers keep flying in, like Tottenham with Paulinho.
yeah,
That's a great signing. It's only going to make them more stronger and sturdier for like the bigger teams.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a battle in midfield with
it
Spurs.
could be a dogfight.
You can have that
It could
last.
be a dogfight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be down the other end.
yeah, we need top 4 in the gap this year. Yeah, we
Yeah.
discussed that on the prediction show a few weeks back.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think Stocky said a similar thing. Mine was slightly different. I think it's going to be 1, 2, so one, then a gap, then second, third gap, and then you've got a group of 3 teams below that, sort of
Mm.
with fourth, fifth, sixth, sort of bracketed together.
Mm.
Anyone
I,
want to add anything more on this game before I flick on? Because
I didn't watch it, so I'll have to save
yeah,
save my
Samir,
powder for the
Samir doesn't
Sunday
want to talk
games.
about a Tottenham win, so let's.
Um, yeah. Very good. Thank you very much. Read my mind. Yeah.
But Liam,
All right.
fantastic
Yeah.
question, by the way, because we love questions like that cause debate. The show has
Yes.
got a structure, but we're always happy to go off on we go down some mad rabbit holes. So if there are rabbit holes which cause debate like that, it's good. Jack's not here, so we won't be talking about shirt sleeves or anything along them lines. Okay, Samir, Arsenal again. You was in the ground. Talk us through it.
Oh man. Yeah, them first 30 minutes were stressful, man. Obviously it just didn't look like we were creating too much. Yeah, Leeds. I don't know. Leeds looked alright. To be fair, like I don't know what you lot saw, but I thought they looked alright on the ball when they did try a few counters. But with us, yeah, it was all just I don't know. It was just we just didn't click in that first 30 minutes. I just think yeah, we're still getting used to the squad. We're still getting used to the new players and stuff like that. Like people like Zubamendi and Gyökeres is the first time of them playing in at the Emirates in the league. So a big day for them. Yeah, but once we got that first goal through a corner, everyone's calling us Stoke. Everyone's calling us Stoke FC again. Yeah, it was just yeah, all health broke loose from there. Got the first goal. Um, yeah, it was. It was a relief, I'd say. But especially against like Leeds, you'd want a nice, quick, early goal. Like especially against a new promoted team, but it just looked like we were kind of like struggling in terms of like great. I think like part of the reasons was Odegaard. I think like I was saying earlier, he just holds on to the ball too long. When Ethan came on, it was just yeah. I felt like it was just electric, and we were just moving a lot quicker. Shocker is, oh man, I had a heart attack when he missed. When he missed,
Mm.
I was like,
It
I
was
was,
going down that road of
I
we
was like,
need to go very soon because this
uh,
could become sticky.
yeah, yeah. I was just like, nah, this is heartbreaking. This can't be. This is
because
gonna be a shocking season.
That
that's a
first
chance you
one,
expect a poacher to get.
Yeah,
yes, touch and bag. You not try and lash it at first time. Get the left leg out, take a touch, swing the right at it, bottom
yeah.
corner.
Mm,
The
He
first
panicked.
goal he
absolutely.
scored, if he shanks that or skies that,
It's done.
I I think he goes a few more weeks without a goal.
Yeah, he's done. I think so too. I think so too.
Mm.
But yeah, the way to be fair, the way he picked it up and he ran and took
Yeah,
it, I don't know. I sensed a bit of confidence in him, and he thought, "Fuck this, I'm putting this in the back of the net because I know who I am."
yeah.
Um,
To be
yeah,
fair, that's the first time he's had a bit of ground to run into in front of him, though, isn't it? He got it
yeah,
out wide. There
yeah.
was space in front of him. He got up a head of steam, and once he gets up that head of steam and he's just bulldozing into the box, it's either he's gonna knock it past you and knock you out the way, or win a pen or score.
Mm,
And he scored. So,
yeah,
well, fair play to him. Fair play to him.
yeah, yeah. I think there was a big cheer when he scored. I think there was a sense of relief and like everyone felt, yeah, you know what, we've got a striker now. And I know it's against Leeds, but if he doesn't score, everyone's going to be cussing and stuff. But yeah, yeah, it was a big relief to actually see him score and the pen at the end as well. Everyone was like, "Give it to Max Dowman." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! Shut the hell up! This is a striker now. Like he's as soon as we get a penalty, we give it all to him. I don't give a damn. 5 penalties, I ain't giving it to no one. I want it to Gyökeres. I want
So he's
him.
on pens over Saka now. If Saka's on, yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's on pens over Saka because they said how good he is at pens, and you can see that. You saw that penalty yesterday. It was quite a very confident penalty taker.
Yeah.
Um, and it makes sense. Like your number nine has to be uh the penalty taker. Like you want him to win the golden boots, and he ain't gonna win it just by scoring goals, outfield goals all the time. He needs pens. Like
Big Al says that, doesn't he?
mm,
Big Al's always big on number nines taking
you
penalties.
have to, you have to.
100%. 100% agree. If your number nine doesn't want to take a penalty, you shouldn't be a number nine.
He should be
Simple.
no nine. Yeah, but yeah.
Simple.
All in all,
And
Timber as well. It's just, I don't
yeah,
think he's
yeah.
spoken about too much, man. Honestly, overlooked. Even with the two goals, barely any Arsenal fans were talking about him. To be fair, it's crazy.
Best right
Like,
back in the league. Anyone?
huh?
Best right back in the league.
Yeah, Yeah, I think so too. Because I can't think of anyone that could like say yeah.
I'm just trying to go through the
I'd have to
league.
agree. I think he's the
Yeah,
most complete fullback. Not even just
yeah,
right back. I think he's the most complete fullback in the league. He can play both sides. He
yeah.
can defend. He could probably play right of a defensive three if you wanted him to. He can
Mm,
attack. He's good in the air. He's strong. He's quick. He can cross. I can't
Mm.
think of a more complete fullback.
yeah,
And very rare for fullbacks. He, like you said, he can defend, which
yeah.
is important,
Mm,
He's got a
yeah.
little bit of
and
everything.
very rare.
Wood, strong. It's just yeah. He just watching him is just it is amazing. It's a lot different to Ben White. Like fair play to Ben White, he's a good right back as well. But yeah, Timber's just he's just yeah a different level.
Yeah, 100%.
Amazing
Agree with
player.
that.
Hmm.
What did people think on Leeds? Because I've seen Daniel Farker getting quite a bit of grief about the way he set Leeds up. I don't know if this is a weird take from me, but I actually think he did the right thing. The first 30 minutes showed that, and he was banking on trying to get a goal. And when he got that goal, I
Mm.
think Leeds then would have gone shameless. 5-5-0, stop Arsenal scoring,
Mm.
flood the defensive third, and go from there. And they had a couple of opportunities to do that. They just didn't take them.
Mm. Um, do you know what? I thought in the first half, Leeds kind of done all right. I would have described the game as sterile. I think everything about like obviously I was still yeah, that's very right, Ginny. I totally agree.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I thought the game was quite sterile. And to be honest, if you lead, if you went in at half time 1-0 down, that Saka one was the most exciting thing that happened in the half, I thought. So it
mm.
wasn't a finish I expected for him on his right foot.
Really?
Um,
He's done that a few
no,
times.
I thought he'd pass it, sort of pass it into the back
Yeah, yeah,
post, so like just get nice open foot and just pass it into the corner.
yeah.
When he larried it, I was a bit, oh, well, that's the most exhilarating thing I've seen this half. But like as an away team, if you go in at 1-0 down at Arsenal, you think, I'll take that. But as soon as it's 2-0, the second half is just such a slog. And
Mm.
that's when I'd say the gloss got put on and all the hype got ramped. I wasn't particularly impressed by Arsenal's. Obviously, you dominated the ball and done things, but I didn't. You weren't besieging the Leeds goal, and then like it was the corners to open it. There was another one. I was like, I weren't amazed, but then I thought Fark had done the right thing. You got to frustrate as much as you can.
Mm.
Mm.
But then
I thought they were just
I think,
hampered with nothing up front.
yeah, I just liked the fact he didn't go in full frustrate and try and play for a 0-0. He actually went to try and get a goal. And I think a lot of teams should try and do that early on against
Yeah,
these bigger sides because once you
yeah.
get a goal, they have to score two to beat you. So if you
Mm.
can get an early goal and then sit in, you've got an extra buffer. Whereas if you're sitting in at 0-0, I hate teams that do it because eventually they're going to find a way through,
But I
It's
regardless of
think
what.
I,
inevitable.
I personally think
Eventually,
we
It's
forced them to.
inevitable.
I think we've personally we forced them to do that. I think we were just like from the off, like we were attacking on, especially on that left. Madueke, Zubimendi was everywhere, just passing left and right. Declan Rice was all over the pitch as well. I just think we just controlled the game and we forced them to push back. I know Leeds didn't.
no,
I
but
honestly think Leeds didn't want to do that. I think they were just
I
forced.
agree on the point that you made them play deep. But
Mm,
every time they had a chance to get out, they got out in decent numbers.
yeah,
Whereas you see some sides that sit in
yeah,
so much
yeah,
and they rely on the striker and one winger going.
yeah, yeah.
Whereas Leeds sent both wingers, a striker, maybe one of the midfielders joined as well. And
Well,
they were
yeah,
actually trying to cause you problems going the other way, where some teams just sit in and hope
mm,
they don't concede.
yeah.
Weird stat from this game, though. Arsenal scored every single shot on target they
Do you
had,
ever find?
Yes. That's crazy.
Yeah. Mm.
which is bonkers, to be fair.
With the sitting back, Mitch, I always find, when teams just proper camp in and it's 1-0, say if they do get a chance to attack, it's usually pathetic because they're just so concentrated on that shape. that when they do actually get an opportunity, it feels like it's always fluffed because they've only got one thing in mind.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. And I said this. I'm a little bit annoyed. Samir's not on for this little bit, but I said this when Arsenal did it at down to 10 against Man City. They camped in at 1-0 up and hoped that they wouldn't concede a goal, even though winning the game would have gave them a very good chance. And they needed a little outball, and they didn't even try and have an outball. And for me, as much as they got very close to securing a 1-0 win, it's inevitable that someone is going to make a mistake at some point.
Mm.
When you're under pressure for that much of the game and you're just camped in, someone will make a mistake. And if that happens, when Arsenal do it, the smaller clubs are going to do it even more, because Arsenal have arguably got the best set up back four in Europe.
Yeah.
So that's just my opinion on it anyway.
No, I agree.
Okay, on to today. It's been a good weekend for you, really, hasn't it, Samir, to be fair?
Yeah.
You've enjoyed yourself this weekend. I'm glad you haven't come on as drunk as you were last weekend.
Oh, jeez,
But
yeah.
you've enjoyed yourself this weekend, haven't you?
Yeah, I really have, man. It has been
So,
a weekend.
Fulham Man United ended 1-1. Bruno Fernandes missed a penalty. Fulham's goal was created, scored, delivered from Haaland, with Iwobi swinging across in for Emil Swift Rowe to score. I thought first 15, 20 minutes, Man United looked very, very lively, very sharp, dangerous on the attack. And then it all sort of faded away. And Fulham grew into it. And for me, from that point on, were the better side.
Um, it was sort of positive for Man United, but then kind of why I thought they struggled. I think their best player of the last two games has been Mason Mann, and they kind of miss it when he goes off. I think he played quite well.
Yeah. Decent player. I
And
don't know why everybody dogs
I
on
think the
Mason Mount so
players that
much.
Sesko's, I don't think he's. He just got injured so much, and Amorim clearly likes him because he started him and he's got all these new shiny toys and he's still playing Mason Mount. I think he's a bit underrated myself. It's just because Man United and he wasn't glitzy enough for him. But I think he's been their best player, and I think they've struggled both times when he's gone off. Won a bad game, and Fulham, in their own way, Fulham kind of played it well as well, and they really did go into that game quite nicely.
Yeah. I genuinely thought Fulham were the better team after the first 15 minutes. From that point on, I thought Fulham were not much the better team. I thought a draw was a fair result, but I thought after the first 15, Fulham were the better side. As much as Man United missed a penalty, Fulham created a few chances. I'm not someone who even looks at XG, but I'm guessing the XG was very, very similar. And yeah, the big upside for me on this at the minute is, next week he'll probably go on to score a hat trick. Benjamin Sesko does not look like an £80 million football player.
Ooh.
And the more time goes on, the more I'm thinking I'm glad we did not spend that money on him. He's not. He just does not look the guy for that amount of money.
Why is he not
I
starting?
know it's early days. I know he's 22 years old. I know all of this, all of that. But he was Isak's replacement. So I'm expecting him to come in at the level that Isak came into Newcastle. And Isak came into Newcastle and lit it up day one. And yeah, Sesko looks miles. He's not even impacting games when he comes on. I can't see it. But I might be wrong. Like I say, he's probably going to go out next week and score a hat trick when he starts, and I'm going to look like a right idiot. But hey,
I must say,
that's just the way when you talk on the internet.
Cunha and Mbeumo have had decent start. I thought that was a great save from Leno.
Yeah,
from Cunha.
On that first one, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Talk about the save. I want to talk about the touch.
That touch. Yeah.
That is exquisite. That is the only word I will use to say it's exquisite. Bergkamp would have been proud of that.
Yeah. To be fair, great shout from Neville on commentary for once. He likened it straight away to that Matoma one, where he just plucked it out
Oh
of
yeah,
nowhere and sort of done the shot in
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
all the same move. It was a lovely bit of skill from Cunha. And do you know what? Keepers don't always get credit. Um, Generally, I thought that's a great reaction save from Leno.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. But mate, that touch, unbelievable. It's not
Mm.
even that he just brought it down. It's that it's come over his shoulder. The defender's on his right, and the touch takes him slightly left.
Mm.
It's just like he could not have caught it and rolled it into a better spot. That's what just makes it so good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we carry on, let's quickly do these. Don't think it matters how good the players are that Amabrine brings in. We will be skeptical. Yep, same. I am not sold on this formation. Not sold on it.
Not
Some
at all.
teams do it okay to a certain level, but if you want to be a
Yeah.
top level side, unless you've got two mutant beasts in the center of your midfield,
Mm.
it is not going to work. You want Kante and Caicedo in your midfield if you're going to just play two in there like that
Yeah.
and be successful. I just don't see it. I have to agree with that, Liam.
Mm.
Sesko ball striking, goal real quality, but German who fits. I don't know what that last bit means.
Mm.
Mm.
This one's
Yeah, the next one covers it.
Oh,
Oh
Spurs
yeah.
all round game. Another Hoyland needs more time. Okay, cool. Thanks for clearing it up. But yeah, he doesn't look like a proper. He looks like he should be a second striker to me so
Mm.
far. It doesn't look like he's ever going to be a focal point. Doesn't look like he's ever going to worry centre backs all that much. But hey, I might be wrong. It might get round to the 27th of December when we play them and he's flying and he absolutely destroys us. But hey, we'll see.
Yeah.
Right. Does anybody want to add any more on this game?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
So we've done all the
No,
games.
no, but an enjoyable Sunday afternoon watch.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
100%. Thoroughly entertaining. Normally Sunday afternoon games, it gets to sort of 30 minutes in, and I'm just like, I'm bored of this. I'm gonna go and pop around and make dinner and tidy up and do other things, and actually sat and watch the full game. So yeah, I fully agree with that. Okay, let's look forward to tomorrow evening. Newcastle Liverpool rounds off the Premier League weekend tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. at St James's Park under the lights. Bank holiday Monday.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Boy,
Yeah. Fuck.
yes. Before we get into it, we have got a preview show tomorrow. It will be about 6:45 ish. Me, Stocky, and a guy called Big Preach. Those who have watched the rival show, you know Preach is good Liverpool fan. We're going to talk about the game, break it down tactically, and go from there. Me and Preach have been going back and forth on this game for the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, it should
Mhm.
be an interesting watch. Stocky is there to mediate and make sure that we don't
Yeah.
go don't go too wild.
Calm down, boys. Calm
Yeah,
down.
I'm either going to mediate. I'm either going to mediate or tweak them both up.
So definitely catch that about 6:45 tomorrow. We'll be running that. So join us for that. But for now, let's talk about it briefly so we don't spoil what's coming up tomorrow. What are your two thoughts on this?
My first thought, I've got to is attacking for either side. I'm interested in your pace, especially from out wide going in at Liverpool's centre half, who looked a bit shaky in game week one, and it's essentially just a Tito, um,
I think
going across.
your top or something's blocking your mic a bit, Stocks.
Oh, is it? Is that better?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's much
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to say your pace going against like running directly at Liverpool. I'm going to find that interesting. Around with Bolton, etc. And just Tito attacking you when he was quite home. And I find them the two interesting duels. Um, I suppose if you're going to go to would Liverpool go back to their tried and tested of Gravenbach and McAllister against your bomb squad in the middle. It's interesting. There's lots of nice matchups across the pitch,
Yeah.
plus a very very pissed crowd, which will make it a bit electric. Can the players live up to the the noise as well.
Yeah, it's going to be roaring up in there. You've pissed off the Newcastle fans.
Mm.
It's gonna,
They're
you
gonna be quiet. They're gonna be thankful for kickoffs so they
oh
can get
my
some
days.
barrels open.
Yeah. I think personally, I think Liverpool are there to be got at defensive wise. Frimpong's injured. Connor Bradley's injured as well, so they don't really have a right back unless you want to put Joe Gomez in there. But yeah, Slackstock
Joe
said,
Gomez apparently is also injured.
"Shut up!" No.
Schlott came out and said he hadn't trained for 3 days. I think it was on Thursday he said that. So he might still play, but he had been injured earlier in the week.
Oh man, that's not good news.
I
Then.
actually don't like Frimpong being injured, but I'm going to not say too much because I'm holding everything for tomorrow's show. I don't want to do any spoilers or anything.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think their defense are a bit shaky. So, and yeah, going to St James's Park right now. Phew, yeah, after what you lot have done, what they've done in the summer, unsettled things at Newcastle. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's
think
going to be lively.
it's gonna be crazy.
Lively. Think PSG Champions League.
Yeah,
Lively.
yeah,
That's what
yeah,
we're going to get tomorrow. And Liam,
Also,
love this from you. Picked a different holiday so he could be there tomorrow night. Make that noise while you're there, Liam. Love that. And I'm not someone who gets jealous easy, but I'm very jealous of
yeah.
everybody who's going into St. James's Park tomorrow. So make it hell in there, boys.
Yeah.
and I'd say to everyone, watch us tomorrow night because watching Sky is going to be dreadful because they're only going to talk about one person. Watch
Yeah.
us where we'll actually talk about the game and
Yeah.
the tactical intricacies, not just about one person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Little question from Liam. Need to play Gordon left against their makeshift right back
Yeah.
who he goes in the false nine. I agree, Liam. Gordon should always be on the left. As much as he does a decent job through the middle, I don't think he's anywhere near as effective. I think we'd be better off either putting Barnes there as a makeshift or Elanga as a makeshift and bringing one of the other guys in. Ramsey is also an option. I like that choice as well. But yeah, I'll let my full thoughts out tomorrow. And when the teams drop, we're also going to put that onto the tactical pad and talk through how we think we're going to shape up based on the teams. But boys, that sort of covers everything we was going to cover today. Does
Mm-hmm.
anybody want to plug anything?
Yeah. I got nothing this week, but yeah,
Oh,
been a good show. Been a good show.
well, me and you are busy boys tomorrow, aren't we, Mitch?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. So you go on, go for it, Stock. You do it.
Go on, Jenny.
Yeah, well, as Mitch said, we're doing our little release of the teams and tactical for Newcastle Liverpool. Then I think about 9:30 we'll be on Spurs Kings TV for the first Monday pitch of the season.
Mm.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
is it. That is it. And
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah, back on for the Monday pitch, which is I think we're doing 3 VAR decisions and then whatever other subjects crop up. And then I'll be back Wednesday. Rivals again, Spurs Kings TV. So catch you there. Boys that have been in the chat, Ginesta and Liam, fantastic as always. Thank
Yeah.
you for joining us. There's
Thank you,
much
thank you, gentlemen. Very kind.
yeah. Everybody like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We are going to end today's show ever so slightly differently because Jack's not here because it's his first wedding anniversary. So happy wedding anniversary, Jack and Georgia. Here's a little thing for you before we sign out.